Ruwimbo Nyamambi is an accomplished project manager with extensive experience delivering complex projects across education, technology, healthcare, and commercial sectors. With a strong engineering background, he combines technical insight, strategic leadership, and a results-driven approach to achieve excellence.
It's about knowing what you want from your mentorship program, from your mentor. What help do you want? What goal are you trying to achieve? And then it's the mentor's opportunity to say, your goal is good, but you can aim even higher.
Yes.
Beyond his professional achievements, Ruwimbo is deeply committed to youth mentorship and leadership development, and has received a Daraja Impact Hub Award in recognition of his outstanding service and impact within the community.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Daraja Impact Stories, a series where we capture testimonials from our mentees, mentors, partners, sponsors, and friends of Daraja. Today I'm in conversation with Ruwimbo Nyamambi, a senior project manager at Essence here in Brisbane, Australia, a Daraja Impact Hub mentor, and an award-winning mentor for that matter, 2025 Outstanding Mentor of the Year. Ruwimbo, welcome to the conversation.
It's good to be welcomed, and it's a pleasure and an honor to be on this program with you today.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is all ours, Ruwimbo. I think it's probably best for us to start from the bottom up. We want to understand where Ruwimbo was born, and for you to paint a bit of a picture of your career journey leading to where you are today. So please paint a picture for us. Who's Ruwimbo, and how did we end up here
where we are
sitting
today
in Brisbane? Yes.
Okay. Well, firstly, I was born in your hometown, Ntare, in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
I didn't have the opportunity to grow up there. The family moved from mine to mine, so we didn't get an opportunity to live in Ntare.
Yes.
But generally, I got my primary and secondary education in Zimbabwe, which allowed me, I think I did well enough to, apply for an engineering tertiary education at University of Cape Town, which I successfully completed in Cape Town. And I still wanted to do, a little bit more with my education, whilst I still had the opportunity to further my studies. So I applied for a master's in project management, which I completed here in Australia. And from there, the connections that I made with my lecturers, my professors, they allowed me to tap into the industry. I was introduced to key industry players, project management consulting firms, was given internships, which I managed to grab those opportunities with both hands. Started from the bottom like everyone else as an undergraduate project manager in the construction industry, and worked my way up with the help of my managers and my co-workers and mentors that I also engaged with.
I'm actually going to stop you there if you don't mind. I just want to understand when you said you picked the engineering degree. Was it you picking, or was it pressure from the family, dad saying, hey, I want you to be an engineer? Because I think what we see is some of our mentees struggle with that, right? When they are starting their university, it's not actually them picking that course. How can you navigate that? Do you need a mentor at that stage, or obviously there could be pressure coming from external factors and internal factors, family and stuff like that. But we just want to give a bit of advice for those students who are about to transition into university and wanting to pick the right course. What would you say to our mentees out there?
Firstly, I didn't have the opportunity of having a Daraja mentor. So I didn't have a personal mentor at that time. What I based my decisions on was my passions, what I was passionate about, and what I'd been exposed to. Now, mom was a banker, dad was a mining engineer, and I think he sort of hinted at trying to convince me to go the mining direction. I did toy around with in the mining industry a little bit, but still I was not convinced. But nonetheless, Dad also operated a transport business, And a lot of that, I got to get involved in a lot of the maintenance side of things, the mechanical side of things, engineering side of things. And that's when I started to develop my engineering skills.
Yeah.
And I got more and more exposed to that. But I still wasn't sure whether I wanted to be an electrical engineer, a mechanical engineer. I was also toying around with the idea of maybe aviation, so aeronautical engineer maybe.
Yeah.
But one day we had the privilege in high school, I think it was around about the Form 4 age, O levels, just before we write our O levels. We had university students come to our high school and present the wide range of courses that are offered and that are out there. You know, some that we had never even heard of. You know, you all just hear doctor, lawyer, engineer,
accountant.
Accountant. That's all you hear.
Yeah.
And they started telling us quantity surveyors and, you know, architecture, yes, we know that, and, you know, all these other degrees that were on offer. But what stuck out to me the most and what resonated with my exposure and my passions and my technical abilities was the mechanical engineering.
Right.
So from Form 4, I knew I was going to study mechanical engineering after I passed my Form 4 and A levels.
Yeah.
And by Form 4, I knew I was going to UCT.
Oh wow! So you're specific about
yes.
Yeah.
I was very specific about where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
UCT is the best, the top university in Africa.
That's right.
So I said I want to be at the top.
Yeah.
Learning from the top professionals,
and
so that I can, you know, get the best education to kickstart my career.
Yeah.
So those were some of my my decision-making criteria that I used to get into engineering.
That's powerful, and I think it speaks to what we're trying to do here. You speak about people who came to the school, to the high school. At that stage, they were university students, but those students were actually playing a mentorship game there, because they are showing you. You know, a real person showing you what they're going through, what, you know, their journey.
Yes.
And you've got a point of reference to say, hey, you know, maybe I want to be that person.
Correct.
You know, so that's what we are also trying to replicate here, Daraja.
Yes.
By the way, Daraja is a bridge in Swahili. So we are a culturally attuned mentorship program aimed at empowering the next generation of African leaders. Ruwimbo, I catch you before you finish your story around then coming to Australia and then doing your masters. From there, obviously getting into employment. Was there a mentor based here in Australia that you engaged? How did you select them? And what's one thing that you can share with our viewers that they imparted to you?
Yes, now that I think about it, I think I did have a mentor. I don't think they had the title of mentor, but looking at what he did for me, he was my mentor. Although I didn't specifically ask him to be my mentor, but the things that I asked of him.
Give us some examples of some of the, what were you asking of this mentor? Unofficial mentor.
I'll dive into that.
Yeah.
In my final semester doing my master's in project management, we obviously have to do a final semester, final year project, and it was a group project. The professor who was supervising my final year thesis, he was, I don't know what he liked about me, but he just treated me well. And I felt he did that. He treated me better than all the other international students. I don't know what it was, but he had a liking towards me, and he liked my skill. He liked how I communicated with him. He liked my work ethic. And so I sort of got to build a bond with him. And, you know, obviously we did the final year thesis. We graduated. School is finished. Now the real work starts to look for work. And I was working part-time, you know, doing laboring and all of that. At the same time, my part-time job was to apply for jobs during my lunch breaks or after hours, and I was struggling to get a job. But I said, let me go back to my professor and ask him if he had any pointers or how he could help me navigate through, you know, my job search. I called him one day and I said, look, that degree that you gave me, I might have to throw it in the bin because I'm struggling to get a job.
I like that. No, that's strategy.
Yes, I said to him, I might have to throw that certificate in the bin because it's not working for me. I can't get a job so I can practice what you taught me. He said, Ru, leave it with me for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I said, thank you.
Yeah.
He came back to me in a week.
Wow.
And he said, there's a director at such a company.
Yeah.
Call them, they're waiting for you.
Oh, wow.
Go start an internship.
So they opened the door for you there.
So yes.
There's a lesson in there, Ru.
Yes, correct.
There's a lesson of, to me, what I'm hearing from your story. This is your story, very powerful story actually. Going back to a lecturer after university and saying, this paper that you gave me is not working for me. What can I do with this? I'm going to throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
And the lecturer, so for me, the lesson there is actually tapping into your network, understanding who in your network can open those doors, and having that tenacity and courage to actually go back there and say, hey, this is what I want. You know, it's actually going back and knowing exactly what you want out of this, and being intentional with tapping into your network. So I think networking is very important, and that's one thing that we hammer on here at Raja. Once you match with your mentor, the next thing is to tap into their network. The next thing is to actually create that trust with your mentor, so that they can allow you to also tap into their network.
Correct.
A funny statistic that I always say is around the 15% level of influence.
Yes.
So we can only influence up to 15%. The other 85% is us tapping into
the network.
The network.
Correct.
So
correct.
well done for doing that.
No, that's I thank my younger self for probably presenting myself well as well to my professor, because that's another thing.
Yeah.
It's one thing to ask someone to be your mentor, but if they look at you and they say, I think you're a hopeless case, then that's another thing that you have to deal with, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's about knowing what you want from your mentorship program, from your mentor. What help do you want?
Yeah.
What goal are you trying to achieve? And then it's the mentor's opportunity to say, your goal is good, but you can aim even higher.
Yes.
And then for you to achieve your goal, I will connect you to X, Y, and Z who will help you to do that.
And that's a powerful point there, Ruwimbo. I think I can't emphasize this enough.
Yeah.
For mentees to actually drive the program, because at the end of the day, the mentee is the beneficiary, right? And we're going to tap into the reverse mentorship, and whether you're getting value from Daraja being a mentor, we'll tap into that very soon. But I think for me, the key point here is, as a mentee, it's actually thrust upon you to drive the program, because you stand to benefit a lot if you do it right. So how do you do it right? To Ru's point, set realistic goals, go there with intention, knowing exactly what you want, and then helping for that guidance from your mentor. Our platform that we use, Mentor Loop, actually allows you to set goals in there. So if you are a mentee at the Raja, or if you want to be a mentee at the Raja, make sure you put your goals. The role of the mentor is to come and check if those goals are actually SMART goals. Are they realistic? Are they achievable? Are they SMART goals? And then they will help you, obviously guide you through that, so that you can tick those goals. So that's a very powerful point there.
And just touching on that mentor loop capability of capturing your goals and using that as a tracker. It's so powerful in the sense that you can come back to it a year later and say, this was my goal 12 months ago. Have I achieved it?
Yes.
Or you can come back 5 years later and say, wow, I had such small goals back then.
Yeah.
I'm doing much bigger things. So I need to keep setting bigger and bigger goals. So it helps you also to see your personal development and how you're progressing in that form.
It's fantastic, isn't it? It's very user friendly.
100%.
We'll get into that. So awesome, Ru. So that's you now in Australia, now working, and we've seen a couple of posts on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You're absolutely doing well. We are cheering you on, as you also represent us in that industry, because I've gone to some of the networking events with you in that industry, and I've seen the respect that you're given in that industry. So well done. Keep representing us, and
No, thank you. It's such a, like I said, I'm in the construction space, working as a project manager. It's such a rewarding industry to be in. I feel like the work that I do is meaningful to me, and it serves best plays well to my skills and my capabilities. And I've had the opportunity to build some buildings and infrastructure that serves communities as well. Hospitals, data centers. Everything is AI driven. It's going to need more data centers.
Wow.
I've worked with tertiary institutions, universities across Australia, in Perth, in Sydney, here in Brisbane as well.
Yeah.
I'm working on, high-rise luxury apartments. Which I've managed to get exposure in different sectors of the construction industry.
Yeah.
And some of the projects that I've worked on have been award winning.
Wow.
And my most recent project that I've just been working on, the private hospital in Sunny Coast, which has obviously been buzzing on LinkedIn the whole of the last half of 2025. Yeah, that's my most proud project that I can talk about, because I was on that project since concept design in 2021, and I watched that project grow from being pieces of paper,
from a concept,
concept on the sketch, architect sketches, to it being a 10-story building in the middle of a CBD.
Powerful stuff, man.
Driving past that site, you
got your fingerprints on that building.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's I always marvel when I talk to you. Obviously, we catch up a lot, and we do our lunches in the city there.
Yeah.
And you always are telling me what you're working on, and I'm always mind blown. Obviously, I'm not in that industry, and these things blow my mind, because I can't imagine something from the paper, and then you actually manage it as a project manager from bottom up. So that's actually impressive. Ruwimbo, I want to ask you a question. So obviously, what you just said makes you a busy man. Yeah, you're managing big projects out there, but you still found some time somewhere to give back to our program, to share some of that knowledge with our youngsters, whether in university or early career professionals. Why did you do that? Why did you and you always go above and beyond, which is why you won, I guess the panel. It was across the board. Everybody said Ru goes above and beyond. Ru is always open to even take extra mentee, requests.
Yeah.
Because at Daraja we get some mentees who are project managers, but obviously maybe their mentor is in another space. They want to tap into the project manager, and you always say, "I'll talk to them."
Yeah.
You go above and beyond for the program.
Yeah.
I just want to understand what drives you wanting to give back to the youth.
It's got to do with my own personal experiences. I felt like I didn't have someone who I called a mentor growing up.
Yeah.
Whether I couldn't get one, whether they weren't accessible to me, or whether I was shy to get one, or whether I felt I could do it all by myself, I'm still figuring that out. But I didn't have someone who I called a mentor.
Yeah.
And today I think about it and I said, if I had a mentor, I probably could have done much more than I did in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So why did I join this mentorship program, specifically the Daraja Impact Hub?
Yeah.
Firstly, it was because of you. When you introduced them, I don't know if you remember the conversations. You were probably having multiple conversations with multiple people when you were launching or still,
conceptualizing,
presenting the concept of Daraja.
Yeah.
But every time you spoke to me about Daraja, your face lit up like a light, right? So I said, hang on, there's some energy flowing from this guy here. He sounds very passionate about it. He's confident in this concept here. So I decided to listen a little bit more to what was being presented. And the values and the aims of what Daraja wants to achieve resonate with me. Yeah, I feel like it's a program that's presented for a younger version of me that I needed 10, 15 years ago. So in that sense, I said, I've accumulated so much skills and expertise and gotten a lot of exposure. Why not
give back?
100%. Right. Let me help the next generation of leaders. Let me at least contribute or play my part in helping them come up as well.
Yeah.
Being an African community in Australia where diasporans here, right?
Yeah.
There's an extra layer of difficulty in, setting yourself up and progressing in any field whilst you are, diaspora, international. So, and the world is ever evolving.
Yeah.
The problems to be solved in this world are ever getting more complex. They're becoming bigger, and there's more of them.
Yeah.
So why should the next generation of leaders first have to struggle and go through the hurdles that we went through before they can start dealing with today's problems? Why not we help this new generation of leaders help them clear these hurdles for them quickly, so that they can start working on the bigger issues?
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I said the next generation should be helped to come up and do even better than we did in the last 5-10 years, whatever it is.
100%.
We're here to grow the community. It's the African community in Australia is an ever-growing community, and it can only be able to contribute economically with impact if those with experience are giving back and helping the young ones to grow and find an opportunity to take advantage of.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you've nailed why we exist. And same to you. We started this. I started this. I founded this at the back of my own journey as well. So obviously going through my journey and seeing where I would have been if I had tapped into a mentorship program. And ours is a bit different because it's culturally attuned. So it's what we're trying to show is that we do have African talent in our community room.
Correct.
We've got a lot of talent from Africa within the Australian community. It's a response to what we see. So most often than not, we are seeing on the TV another break-in by an African youth. You go to Melbourne there, it's always the headline, not the good headlines, which is a teenage problem, not an African problem.
Yes.
But what we are doing as part of this program is to respond and actually showcase some of the talent that we have within our community.
Yeah.
All our mentors, if you check, they are partners, they are senior managers, they are directors, they are actually doctors, they are doing well. And I don't think we praised enough, and we have to take it upon ourselves to actually showcase the talent pool that we have.
Yes, correct. Yeah, those success stories definitely need a platform to be showcased, because that inspires the younger ones coming up and say, hey, I've got someone who I can relate to, and whose expertise, knowledge, and network I can tap into.
I can look up to them.
I can look up to them. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. That's perfect. And Ru, I just want to thank you actually for being a part of the Raja and your passion for giving back.
Yeah.
And not only that, I think you have a 100% success rate of attending our events, including international events.
Oh, yes.
So December we were in Joburg, Johannesburg, South Africa, and Ru here was sitting on a panel next to me. Happy to say that we were given a short slot that we were given. But we delivered that with precision and with a lot of good wisdom coming from Ru, to the extent that the organizers of that summit have now officially signed a memorandum of understanding with us, inviting us for this year's 2026 summit in Joburg. So October, we are back to Johannesburg and hope to see if this man will keep his 100% attendance to all our events. And by the way, there's another one coming in March, 28th of March. We're in Melbourne. So Melbourne City, you're next. You'll be our first big event of the year. We've already had one in Canada, but Melbourne, you're coming away, 28th of March. And hope to see if Mr. Ru here would be in attendance so that you can network with him as well in person.
Well, statistics say that I've got 100% attendance record. We don't want to mess up.
We don't want to mess up. No, and while still on the appreciation note, I also want to thank you because you've accepted our offer to be our head of project management office. So obviously, as we grow, we want to actually tap into the skills that you're talking about, bring them to the organization so that we operate as a professional run organization. And thank you for that.
No, thank you.
I know you're still kind of considering, but I'm jumping here because I know you would be definitely at home.
That's okay. That's okay. It's an honor to have such an opportunity come my way.
Yeah.
Because it's something that plays to my strengths, and the way I feel about the Raja. I'm passionate about giving back and making sure that this Daraja Impact Hub the mentorship program doesn't just become a program just for people who say, yes, I just want to be a mentor, I want to be a mentor.
Yeah.
But we actually want to make an impact.
Absolutely.
Right? And I think the best way to do that is to obviously streamline things, have structured processes, and obviously for it to be more recognizable, to grow the hub.
Yeah.
Mentors and mentees.
Yeah.
And
funders, yes.
and our partners as well,
Yes.
that play a very crucial role in the success of Daraja.
Yeah. No, that's perfect, Ru, and I can't emphasize enough how we need all of those stakeholders that you mentioned. So we need a good pool of mentors to keep signing up. We've seen an uptake, particularly from Victoria, because we are doing a campaign ahead of the launch in March.
Yeah.
But we want to encourage anyone in the African community who wants to give back to the youth to consider signing up. For our mentees in university or early career professionals, we cannot, again, overemphasize, because there is value there waiting for you. You need to tap into the networks already there, into the talent pool, and to would-be funders and sponsors, please help us make the impact that we envision in the community. We've got a place in the community, and I think there's a need for us to be accommodated and to be funded so that we make that impact. Ru, as we head towards our closing, I just want to know, because obviously there's probably a mentor out there wondering what's in it for me. Maybe in a sentence or two, have you got any value from this program? What would you say? It's one thing that you'd say, you know what, it's me giving back. Yes, I'm imparting those skills to the mentees, but also I've also benefited somehow from being a part of this powerful program. Yeah,
definitely. Giving back is something that makes me proud, because you're contributing to someone's career growth. You're contributing to seeing them go from being fresh, green, to being someone who's now going to be called an expert in the industry. It's always
it's like planting a seed.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it gives you a sense of pride.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm helping the community grow. I've helped one person, 2 or 5 people.
Yeah.
But that's one side of it.
Yeah.
The real benefit of mentorship, I believe, is you've given back. But in giving back, you are also honing your own skills, leadership skills.
Yeah.
You are learning how to communicate so that someone else can understand, the ideas and the concepts that you are trying to teach them. You are guiding them. You are helping them with strategy.
Yeah.
You can't help someone with strategy when you don't understand yourself, right?
Yeah,
So you first have to understand something, I think, that any mentor will understand, because you've had 10, 15 years of experience. So, but most importantly, you are improving your own self whilst you are giving back.
Yeah.
I always quote this saying, I can't remember who it's by, but the best way to make sure that you've understood something when you've studied it is to teach it to someone else.
Yes.
And if they understand that concept, that is confirmation that you yourself have understood the concept.
Exactly. If you can regurgitate that, it means you really understand.
You really understand that. So that's one big, advantage or benefit of becoming a mentor. With Daraja, it even goes a step further, because 1 minute you could be speaking in front of ministers, senators, government officials.
Yes. Yes.
It opens up those doors for you to do that.
Yes.
The next minute you could be speaking in front of 200 students, professors, lecturers at a summit
in Johannesburg.
Right. Yeah. So the benefit is Daraja is constantly building bridges to opportunities.
Yes.
And then it's up to you to open that door to success. It's up to you. So that's the benefit.
Yeah. We are truly creating just to add to that, we are creating a platform where everyone gets something from it. So be it the networks that you're saying, so the stakeholders that we are sort of engaging, we are more than happy to share those stakeholders, access to them and stuff like that. or simple just connecting amongst ourselves. So I think you are passionate about a group for mentors, so that mentors can also cross collaborate within the program. So and that's coming for mentors who are comfortable with us adding them to a WhatsApp group or some sort of a group out there, for them to also cross collaborate and tap into each other, because that's where the value comes from as well. And of course, there's that reverse mentorship with the young people out there. These kids are learning a lot. They've got a lot of information that they can also share with us as mentors, right? So some of us finished uni more than 10 years ago, and working for more than 50. So there are new things that are coming up that we can also learn from